In the main auditorium at the Stafford Gatehouse Theatre on the 21st of March, the music of Elton John is going to be brought to life. Forever Elton is the show. Phil Mountford, the man behind these tunes for the night, joins me now. How are you doing, sir?
Very well, thank you. Good to be here.
Good to have you along. And as we speak, you are in your Elton John garb. I note that the hair is somewhat different to what I've seen you previously, and the jacket is very sparkly.
Thank you. All of these rhinestones, about well, I think about 3 or 4 thousand of them on this jacket, each one individually glued on by myself.
And that's a labour of love, let alone
Mm.
recreating the sound of these fantastic songs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell us how you came to be Forever Elton.
Back in 2018, my father-in-law wanted to put a charity show together. So I formed this 11 piece, I think it's 11, 12-piece band. And it was really just to raise funds for, because he just had a heart bypass operation. He just wanted to raise some money towards the hospital in Wolverhampton.
New Cross.
So that was, so it just came about on that. He said, well, look, I mean, I used to go out performing with him for 20 or 30 years ago, so I'm quite used to going out on stage anyway. And he said, well, why don't you actually go and perform as an act? I thought, well, I've got a piano in front of me. I really do enjoy playing Elton's music. So the guys, or some of the guys and girls who were in this charity concert, we just formed the band and we've just gone on from there, really. So it's about 5 or 6 years ago now.
And this isn't your the only string to your bow when it comes to performing in the style of. I know you're out as Billy Joel for some of your
Uh,
shows too.
Yeah, that's why I don't go out with this facial hair with Elton. No, this is I've got a couple of shows coming up with as Billy Joel, so this will be gone very soon.
But I mean, in the 70s, Elton sported a full sort of George Michael-esque stubble effects at times. So it's how we're used to seeing him, isn't it? That's the thing, and that's how the way you're portraying because you're performing as the greatest hits tour.
Yeah, I think, yeah, although we're covering an awful lot of Elton's music, I mean, Elton's been performing for what, 5 decades, if not more than that. So there's a lot of music to cover, but at the same time, I'm really more of what he was like in his 50s. I mean, I am yeah, in my 50s as well. I'm not going to prance around like a 20-year-old. But I just, yeah, it's just good to have just having good fun with the music, with the band in a totally live setting. And there's so much great music to perform, isn't there?
And it's part of the showmanship that comes with it as well, and that must be
Yeah,
great
yeah,
fun.
yeah, 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 yeah.
The songs they name themselves really, but is there anything that you know that you've got to play to make sure that audience is happy by the end of the night? I'm thinking there might be a brick road in there of some kind, and maybe a few reptiles.
Oh yes, yes, we'd get slaughtered if we didn't do Crocodile Rock. It tends to be the very, very last number, but yeah, there are so many, aren't there? So many iconic numbers that you know, if you associate so much with Rocket Man, with you've got your song, of course. I don't think we could ever do a show without those two as well. But there are loads of others as well, which n- we don't necessarily know. Not everybody knows the name of, but as soon as you start playing them, the melodies are there. You've just grown up with them.
Well, I mean, but even if you look to what the '90s, Made in England, that album, there's
Yeah,
great songs on there too.
there are. I mean, one of my all-time favorites is it Running with Horses, or Running Like Horses, and that is such a beautiful song. I've never heard him actually play that live, and we don't do that as yet. I think it's a duet, was it, with Pavarotti? At one
Hmm.
point he released it. Anyway, beautiful song, definitely worth checking out. But yeah, he's written so many albums, we could have a very, very long show. So you've got to cut it down to the best 20, 22, 23 songs.
And I say that it's going to be absolutely amazing. You've got an amazing theatre at the Gatehouse to enjoy the auditorium there, and
Right.
it's about you and the band. It's a proper live music experience.
Totally live. Yeah.
You've always got a keyboard in front of you. I mean, I can't see it from where I'm sitting, but if I were to say, "Go on, Phil, give us something on the keyboard," you could now, couldn't you?
I do have a piano in front of me, yeah. It's a little bit funny, it's feeling sad. One of my favorites. Yeah. How about I think we're playing Spot the Intro here.
You know, it's a fun game, but then again, we know them all because it's Elton, so it sounds absolutely awesome. And because you imagine that with your big band behind you as well,
Oh
it's
yeah,
just going to
yeah,
be
yeah.
brilliant.
You cannot if you're performing this sort of music, you have to be live. I mean, that's as Elton does. That's kind of what we've looked at the arrangements Elton performs, and that's what we're trying to be as honest to those as we can be.
Well, it's going to be an amazing night, and I know you're creative in all of your world. I mean, former stonemason living in Bridge North, heading over to Stafford for a bit of an amazing night with the Forever Elton music, and travelling up and down the country performing to many thousands of people every week. It's a bit of a life, isn't it?
It's a lot of a life actually. You've got to yeah, I made the decision, oh, probably about 10 or 11 years ago to become a full-time musician, and it's a tricky one. Absolutely love it. Best thing I did. But you're doing it because you love it, because you don't mind being out till 2 o'clock in the morning or yeah, late nights, early mornings and all that, but and moving equipment here, there, and everywhere. Because you've got a long day when you are doing a show. We should probably be at the theatre from 2 o'clock onwards, sound checks and everything. And yeah, but it's good. We enjoy it.
Well,
We enjoy
Forever
it.
Elton is at the Stafford Gatehouse. It is March the 21st. It's worthwhile being down there nice and early. Get your tickets now, gatehousetheatre.co.uk. You can give the box office a call on 01785619080 and have a bit of a natter with the gang there. Get yourself booked up and be ready for an amazing night of entertainment. Normally, how you'd expect to see Elton John do it, but we have Forever Elton in the shape of Phil Mountford and the rest of the team make it all happen. Have a brilliant time. Break a leg. I think we still say because you are performing, just make sure you don't damage the glasses, the rhinestones, or the wig. But for now, Phil Mountford, thank you for joining us.
Many thanks.